Okay, so this is probably the most secretive aspect of the USMLE, but here I'm talking to you about how much you're going to make as a postgraduate resident in the USA, what your expenses are going to be, and how much money you're going to save. And let me tell you this, if you go by the numbers and the currency rate itself, then you're going to make 10 times more than your counterparts back in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh once you start your residency in the USA.
पैसा ही पैसा होगा.
So one thing you have to keep in mind that the tax system in USA is pretty healthy and legit. And since you'll be a non-US citizen working here, you're subject to up to 30 to 40% of tax in money. So this is going to vary from state to state. For example, if you're in a blue state or a democratic state like New York or Connecticut or California, the taxes will be higher. But if you're like me and you're in a red or Republican state like Michigan, the taxes will be lower, and so your take home money will be high. One more thing that you have to keep in mind is that the expense of living in USA varies greatly from urban areas to rural areas. For example, if you start living in Manhattan or any place in New York City for that matter, the rent will be ostensibly high. So we're talking about $2,000 and upwards of rent every month, and will take about 50% of your salary. On the other hand, if you're like me and you live in a rural area in the middle of nowhere, the rent will be super low and it will be around $600 to $700. So make sure that if you plan to send money home after your residency starts, make sure to choose a place for residency which has low average rent and low cost of living. However, having said that, I do pay $1,300 in rent every month. The reason being, I like to live close to my workplace, my hospital, just to save time. So that's why I'm paying this extra rent. Another thing that you need to know about the lifestyle in USA is that USA has a very strong auto finance industry, which means that you can get a car loan and only have to pay a very small amount of money per month to use that car. For example, I have a Hyundai Elantra and I pay around $450 for it every month. Another thing that you should probably know about is that you have to get a car insurance in the USA if you want to drive, because you're not allowed to drive without your car insurance. So that will be $200 additional as well. Anyways, add about $300 for groceries, um, about $100 for phone plus internet bill, $200 for eating out or hanging out with friends, $200 for just random expenses, miscellaneous expenses, and after adding all these, your total expense comes out to be around 2,800 US dollars. So now that you watched the entire video and you're at the very end, so thank you for that, by the way. Let me reveal how much I do make. So my monthly salary after cutting down all the taxes and deductions etc, my monthly salary that comes into my bank is around $3,400.
बेटे आदत हो गई है. एक जमाना था जब हम भी गरीब हुआ करते थे.
Based on Pakistani currency conversion rate, this comes to be around 7 lakh 60,000 rupees. If we go by Indian conversion rate, it comes around 2 lakh 80,000 rupees. Indian currency is definitely stronger than Pakistani. That's a well-established fact. If you're a Bengali brother, then let me tell you the Bengali conversion rate as well. It comes around 3 lakh 60,000 rupees. I don't know by the time you watch this video what the conversion rate with, but this is what we're going so far. So on average, I save about $500 to $600 every month. If you want to send it home, that's fine. I like to save it up. Salary is highly variable from hospital to hospital and area to area. Some of my friends who are working in New York are making up to $4,500. So if this is something that matters to you a lot and you want to send money home, make sure that you match in an area with low cost of living and higher resident salary. And please stick around because in the next video I'm going to talk about how much dollars you're gonna make after your residency, when you decide to do a subspecialization or just decide to work in primary care or as a hospitalist, and how different specializations have different salary brackets. That's it for today. Thank you, and you can buy me a coffee if you'd like. The link is down below, and I'll see you in the next video.